Alright, so if you've been a fan of this channel or watched personal development videos on YouTube for any length of time, you've likely come across one Matt D'Avella. It's pretty much a given that the platform would have recommended his content to you for good reason. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how Matt has changed YouTube and done it in a pretty spectacular way. Matt D'Avella is a documentary filmmaker from New York who had about 10 years of filmmaking experience, shooting everything from documentaries to weddings and bar mitzvahs. Ultimately, he ended up pretty much single-handedly filming and editing the documentary The Minimalist, which ended up on Netflix. It did well enough that it not only eventually led to a follow-up documentary released earlier this year, but more importantly gave him enough of a financial cushion to take a chance on himself and cut off all client work at the end of 2016. He began creating videos on YouTube and started a podcast, bringing several creative and entrepreneurial guests using a variety of strategies to get his name out there. Now, when you take a look at Matt's channel, you're going to end up seeing the millions of subscribers that he has, the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views that he gets on every video, as well as a deeply engaged and supportive community that he's built for himself. But it wasn't always like this. He spent over a year trying out a bunch of different video ideas, ways to push out the podcast, but nothing worked enough to show him where this whole thing was headed, kind of where I'm at now. He's talked about how he was burning through his cash reserves and not knowing what was next. Despite that, he continued to stay consistent, and then in February 2018, he released a video called My Minimalist Apartment that started taking off and generating a pretty substantial following for him. He capitalized on this momentum by showing more of his minimalist lifestyle, and eventually started experimenting with different 30-day habits and showing his genuine responses to those attempts. Now, what I see here is someone who's really tried to do things his own way and be authentic in an engaging way. You can tell from the way that he talks about how he worked his way out of six-figure debt and spent time immersing himself into self-development and personal finance books. His interest in creating and sticking to good habits, coupled with his enviable filmmaking skills, have really helped set him apart from many others. Social media can get really noisy, with misleading titles and thumbnails and a whole bunch of clickbait. But Matt has managed to completely hack the whole system and maintain his integrity simply by being good enough. One of his sort of main catchphrases is, "Be so good that you don't have to think about algorithms." This is the kind of approach that not only helps you stop focusing on metrics and stressing yourself out, but also dedicate yourself to playing the long game and consistently keep getting better over time.
I'm pretty sure that in the very beginning, this is going to be one of the worst things that anybody's ever heard, but it's going to get really good. It's going to get better.
You can tell how much thought he puts into his business, even if it's something simple like deciding whether or not to place ads on his videos, or deciding which brands to partner with. The long-term value approach of staying true to his brand has essentially helped him transcend a lot of the competition out there and cultivate a committed fan base. His style has even influenced a whole wave of productivity YouTubers looking to tell their own story and approach it with a sense of confidence that there is an audience out there for this kind of content. But just like the many that have been influenced by Matt himself was influenced by people like Peter McKinnon, who was in turn influenced by Casey Neistat, and it just goes to show that inspiration can come from anywhere, and you can make it work with authenticity and by providing value to your audience. I found Matt's journey and goals very relatable because it was never about becoming the biggest YouTuber out there, but more about building enough of an audience for him to be able to create content full time. I mean, isn't that the dream? To be able to make the stuff that you want and make enough money to keep doing it? His initial goal was 15,000 subscribers, which by all accounts is very modest compared to where he's at now.
I didn't need 1 million subscribers to be happy. And yes, I didn't even need 15,000, but my number in my head was, if I get 15,000 subscribers, that to me felt like 1 million. It felt like infinite numbers of people. Yeah. And I'm like, that to me seems like enough of a number that I could create original films full time. My initial goal still sits at 10,000 subscribers because I once heard that making it to your first 10,000 subscribers is one of the hardest things that you can do on YouTube. And I'm still hoping to get there eventually. Maybe this video might be the one to do that? What I'm most impressed by is how patient he's been with himself, and even had confidence that his work would keep getting better and better. It shows that when you pay attention to your strengths, which in Matt's case is his decade of experience in filmmaking, and authentically provide value to your audience in an engaging way, things will work out in your favor. YouTube isn't always just a platform for you to showcase your creativity. It helps you build a brand for yourself and serves as a launching pad for your business endeavors through the audience that you've created. I've talked a lot about Matt's patience throughout his YouTube journey, and this patience is even extended to his entrepreneurial ventures. After 4 years on YouTube and millions of subscribers, he launched a course platform to create courses and share the things that he's learned over his time. The first was a habits course, which makes total sense considering he was the habits guy on YouTube for a long time.
and more recently a course on growing your YouTube channel, which I've actually enrolled for and I'm working my way through. It's pretty great if you're looking to build a channel without using loud and cringy tactics that mislead your audience. On this channel, I try to be completely honest with you and share methods that I think might help you live a more happy and productive life, all while giving a genuine assessment of those techniques myself. So the course makes perfect sense if you're trying to do something similar, and I think Matt's done a pretty great job with it. I can also see the potential for many other courses to eventually be released under his Slow Growth Academy banner. After all, good things come to those who wait. The great thing about how YouTube has changed because of people like him is that there is proof that success can be achieved on this platform without resorting to gimmicks, all while continuing to spread a message that with the right set of systems and habits in place, we can begin to move towards creating more of a life that we can derive fulfillment out of. And I think that is good change. And Matt, if you're watching this, thanks for putting your work out there. Maybe we can work together on something at some point in the future. That's even in the realm of possibility. Having said that, I am not Matt D'Avella, so I'd love it if you consider subscribing to the channel for more weekly videos from me. I've also got an email newsletter over on vihanshalaya.com with some practical insights on productivity and living with purpose. So definitely sign up for that if you want to hear more from me on there. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.